15 minutes of football left. Utah State, number 14 in the country. They've been in a slugfest with Colorado State. Both of their touchdowns as they lead 20-10. Pick sixes. 3rd and 10 for Colin Hill. They drop 8. Hill's going to roll. And he throws high. It's caught out of bounds by Williams.
That's just well covered. I've never been a fan of flooding the field with the roll, because you're condensing everything. So if you've got a team that's as athletic as Utah State is, all they've got to do is run and slide and stay in lanes.
That almost looked like an assumption you were going to get pressure, and you didn't. They dropped 8 into coverage.
Well, they brought it on 2nd down on that drive instead of 3rd.
Stonehouse to punt. Devin Tompkins back deep. And now they fake it, and it's Hawkins, first down. He got just enough. Excuse me, it's Vijay Banks, not Hawkins. 19, not 14. So Vijay Banks, the transfer from Rice, who lost his starting cornerback spot this week in a shakeup, just makes a big play here as Colorado State fakes the punt.
He gets just enough.
I mean, that last little bit.
And Stonehouse with the nice feathery touch.
Hey, he could have thrown that end over end. Just get it there.
Just get it to him.
First down, Colorado State, 49-yard line of Utah State. And it'll be a false start.
False start, number 69. Offense, 5-yard penalty. First down.
How many of those have there been to? You look at this game, and again, if you're a Colorado State fan, you're saying, boy, they're playing hard. They're playing better defense than they've played all year against one of the top offenses in college football. They're doing some really nice things in the run game. They protected Colin Hill today, and yet you still see why they're 3 and 7.
Yeah, penalties after conversions or big plays. It's happened all day.
You had the kick return wiped out. Again, you don't know if the hold, we weren't able to spot it, if the hold had a big reason to do it, the kick return. Deep shot, Williams is out there, and it's broken up by a flag. Hill underthrew.
He's got to throw it.
Williams.
He's got to throw it.
DJ Williams ran through Preston Williams. If he lays it out there, it's a touchdown.
He's a touchdown. And that's where you know a guy is still...
Pass interference, number 7. Defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's the right call, but this play action gets the safety. Gage Ferguson that way first. Just a half a second or a half a step is all he needs. But, man, let it rip, Colin Hill. Let it rip. But that's absolutely pass interference. See him slow down, and he tries to look back, which is smart on his part. But still, penalties there.
And a dart, first down to the 25-yard line. That was well thrown to Preston Williams. Very quickly, we go field level. Brad, I want to ask you, it's hard to tell up here. Is there a significant wind field level?
There's not. It's not blowing that hard down here at all. It is not really on the field. Not much of a concern, the wind.
Yeah, because Hill, arm strength-wise, that's not an issue.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. He can absolutely spin it. To me, that's one of those confidence things where you're just letting it fly and you're feeling it.
They'll go play action again. Pressure coming. Hill leaves it up, and it is. Is that a catch?
Johnson.
Wow, what a catch.
Oh, my God.
When he let that go, you're thinking he just made a critical error.
Please don't get picked off. But you see him trying to get up before they can look at it and go fast.
And here's Izzy Matthews for a first down. And still going. We've seen that about 3 or 4 times today where Izzy Matthews is stopped and then the pile moves.
And I will say this, for this senior class, these guys have come out here and performed on a high level, all of them. Watch the power, runs right through Woodward and just keeps the pile moving. David gets the tackle, but The good feet and the cutback.
18 carries, 76 yards rushing for Matthews and a touchdown.
You want your seniors to show up and set an example. They've done exactly that today.
Prentice will get the call, and Prentice gets downhill. He's to the 7-yard line. Now, if you're Colorado State down 10, 12-13, clock moving, fourth quarter, this has to result in a touchdown.
A touchdown, you're going to need the field goal. You're going to need the 3 at some point if you're going that way. But I think a touchdown would be a huge boost for that defense that's been fighting hard all day. Give them a shot in the arm.
Lone setback is Prentice. The H-back Cameron Butler. Prentice to about the 3, short of a first down, but there's a flag again, and it's a procedure penalty. A false start again on Colorado State. They have been collecting those.
Illegal formation, number 69. Offense lined up in the neutral, or lined up off the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So let me correct that. They've had 3 illegal formations and 3 false starts today.
That's Barry Wesley, and that's just not being up on the ball enough. He sets too deep. Right here, he's too deep. He needs to be up in this area, and he's too deep in the backfield.
So it'll be second and a dozen. The only thing this does is it gives you a little more room to route run.
It really does.
Hill throwing short. Minimal gain. It'll set up third down on the catch by Matthews. Woodward's in the 20 tackle range right now.
He's ridiculous. Like he's ridiculous. With what he does week in and week out.
Said it in Wyoming. At halftime, they got to check out a new pair of shoulder pads for him every week. 2 left, 1 right. They get a first down at about the 1. Toward the end zone, touchdown, Colorado State. Preston Williams in front of Cameron Haney.
That's just too easy.
He's a handful of cover.
He is. He's big and he's elusive. But I don't want to give this throw, the inside throw where there's no help, no safety help, pressure's coming inside.
You got to bracket him.
You got to take away something. They were going 0 coverage because everybody was manned up outside. But you got to take something away. Maybe show Drew, that you're going to give him the slant, then that snap the ball, jump down inside on him. But you can't just let him run inside that easy.
5th catch for Williams in the end zone for the 10th time this year. The All-American candidate gets Colorado State within a field goal. Mountain West football on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Colorado Mesa University. Head west for a better future. And by Utah Toyota dealers. Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Let's go places. Pick up that touchdown catch by Preston Williams a moment ago. They were in cat coverage.
They were 0 coverage, and you've got to play technique strong, which means you've got to be inside leveraged.
We'll take a look at it after the kick by Wyatt Bryant. I don't think he's going to kick it to Scarver. He didn't last time. Scarver had a huge return earlier in the game. Well, the moment I say that, they do kick it to Scarver, and he calls a fair catch. Actually, it's not Scarver back there. That was Gerald Bright who made the catch. 25-yard line. Here's the touchdown.
Look at across the board. It's manned up everywhere. So you've got to be inside shade. Drew knows that from his days of playing DB. Watch the jump outside by Haney. Watch his technique. He jumps outside, loses inside control of the route, and it's over. I mean, that's like stealing right there, man. You can't get any easier.
Yeah, as you said, it's automatic inside technique when you have 0 coverage. Utah State gets a big run. Bright still going to the 45-yard line. A pickup of 20 for Gerald Bright. That's one of their few chunk plays so far today. They'll go Bright again, why not? And again, he gets into the secondary. Flip side of the 50 to the 49 of Colorado State. 10-13, 10-12, 10-11 to go in the fourth quarter.
Using that tempo to keep them off balance and run the ball effectively.
Jordan Love has been relatively quiet today for a guy who's had a sensational year. They go on the ground, first down. Just looking for room to run is Bright. And he's to the 31-yard line.
Wow.
He got 18.
That's
12 carries, 86 yards for Bright.
That's demoralizing when you have those kind of things happen.
Colorado State trying to get a couple substitutions in. They'll go Thompson, and he rips it off. A nice run. He's got 10.
You see the burst through? I mean, just a burst.
We've gotten to know Matt Wells over the years. Matt Wells right now, and he's a quarterback. He's saying, the heck with it. We're not going to throw it. We're going to run it right at you. I got two great backs. I got a terrific O-line, senior-laden O-line. Thompson, and this time just a yard as Emmanuel Jones wrapped him up. That's Rashad Ajayi. And they're going to have to get an official timeout because Ajayi had put a knee down. You could tell he was staggered when he got up. Ajayi, the terrific true freshman from Fairburn, Georgia. He started every game as a cornerback. Imagine an 18-year-old major college football stepping in a corner.
And against the competition they're playing against in this conference and in the out-of-conference schedule. And I'll tell you what, everyone on this squad raves about him. Not only the defensive guys, but the offensive players as well.
We haven't seen in that secondary Jordan Fogo, who's the leader, in a while, the graduate transfer from the University of Utah. Brad, you have an update on him?
Guys, there's no official injury report from the Rams, but he went in the locker room, came out in street clothes. He's got a uniform on, but no helmet, shoulder pads. He's obviously out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's a shame. Jordan Fogo, 3 years, former walk-on at the University of Utah, started there. He's in grad school. He's a terrific young man. He's probably going to be a coach one day.
Great
Tremendous kid, a captain. And he's got his mom here today playing his final game, and unfortunately it was cut short this afternoon. 2nd and 9. Everything on the ground on this drive of 55 yards so far for Utah State. And Thompson carries a couple of guys for about 5 yards. It'll set up 3rd down and 4. This is a big play coming up for both Utah State and Colorado State. 8:05 to go with the clock moving.
Matt Wells is not your typical former quarterback. His mentality is physicality and pound you. Like, he is an intense coach.
You know who they have not found yet today? Their terrific tight end, Dax Raymond. He's in an H position, and they're going to run a reverse. And it's not there. Jamal Hicks was not fooled. A loss of 4 to Aaron Vaughns.
Sometimes you can get a little bit cute with the play calling, but they've been pounding him, so they try to get. Look at Hicks come from the backside. They try to influence, and Hicks was not buying it. He took off like a jet, Drew.
And then, just in case, Josh Watson finished it off. 37-yard attempt for Eberle, and he draws it through. Dominic Eberle, what a weapon. The junior Originally born in Nuremberg, Germany. 6-point lead for 14th ranked Utah State. Time for today's results for our CenturyLink high-speed challenge. Pretty simple question. Next week's the showdown in Boise. Who's going to win the Mountain Division of the Mountain West? And 73% like Matt Wells' team, Utah State. They've won 9 straight, trying to make it 10 straight. They have a precarious 6-point lead here with 7 minutes even to go. Fourth quarter from Canvas Stadium in Fort Collins, the beautiful second-year home of the Rams on campus. Beverly kicks it through the end zone. The Colorado State, they have outgained Utah State today, 421 to 239. The defense for CSU, which came into the game allowing 39 points a game, 119th in the FBS, 210 on the ground, 106, 254 in the air, 100. They have kept Utah State, the highest scoring team in the FBS, out of the end zone. The 2 touchdowns, defensive scores. Hill, good throw over the middle. Warren Jackson on a dig route to the 43. Boy, was that a fastball.
Get a chance to see what he can do when he sets his feet and drives the ball. Watch him set his feet. He's in good balance and rhythm. Takes the shot right after. That's why they're excited about this young man.
18-yard pickup to Jackson. Hill down the middle, nearly intercepted.
Stared at him too long, and Woodward. Oh my! Is there one thing on the field that this linebacker cannot do?
Evidently not.
He read up the coverage. I mean, he breaks on it. I mean, he reads this thing perfect. Watch him here, and then he circles back on the eyes of the quarterback. I mean, come on, man.
He is a tremendous player. And just a sophomore. Or as the great Keith Jackson would say, just a sophomore. Sophomore. Izzy Matthews bounces it. Izzy Matthews close to a first down. He's closing in on 100 yards today. Aaron Wade finally ran him out. It will be a first down into Utah State territory.
This is one of the things you see, a good vision, but once he gets outside, he gets north and south. He doesn't continue to try to find the home run. Gets to the edge and gets upfield.
And Matthews into the secondary, another first down. 14 more yards before Tipa Nalei could bring him down. "20 carries, 100 yards on the nose for the senior from Redding, California. His 6th career 100-yard game. Marvin Kinsey will give Matthews a break. Kinsey straight ahead behind Adam Prentice. Always smart to follow number 46.
Listen, you talk about this offensive line getting beat up on all year by everyone. The media, I mean, their teammates are getting on. They've had a tough year, but they've done a heck of a job today.
Well, they had allowed 25 sacks coming into today. Colin Hill hasn't gone down. And in the run game, as you were speaking to, they've been terrific today.
They have, and that's one thing they haven't been able to do is consistently run the football. They've been pretty good today.
Clock moving, coming up on 4.5 minutes left. Colorado State trailing by 6. Kinsey, not much there.
You see both teams checked. Colin Hill checks out of the play because he sees the blitz coming. He's going to go to something else. Utah State checks into a base. Doesn't bring pressure.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 4 to go.
Whatever route you have in mind here, if you're a receiver, it needs to be quick and decisive.
Yeah, it's 4 down territory. Down by 6. Williams to the top. Hill looking there. And he comes back to McBride. He caught the football and a flag came in. The true freshman with his first catch of the day. And he was not the primary receiver. Jontrell Rockamore had the coverage.
Pass interference, number 81. Offense, 15-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That is huge. Called on Olabisi Johnson. I think you can all read lips on that one.
Well, they call it on McBride. They call it on Trey McBride.
Yeah, BC Johnson. I wasn't involved. They called it on the guy who caught the football, Trey McBride.
Where's the pass interference? The defensive player is holding him. Right here. He's holding him. That's a hold. That's not a pass interference. Where's the pass interference?
That's a bad call.
That's a terrible call. That's not a bad call. That's terrible.
Yeah, I can't believe he caught it, but
that's terrible right there.
Yeah, that was a bad call. No other way to splice that one. For Colorado State, now it's 3rd down and a ton. Any idea what this is about?
Maybe they said it was incomplete. I don't know, but what?
Well, that's irrelevant.
I mean, I know. I just didn't know if you could.
Well, I shouldn't say. Actually, I shouldn't say it's irrelevant, but he clearly caught the football. I think he did on the review we saw.
I don't know what they could be looking at, because first off, it's not pass interference on the offense.
Oh, you know what? If that ball's tipped,
then there can't be pass interference.
Exactly. Now watch here. You got to slow way down, almost frame by frame. Boy, that's hard to tell.
It is.
That's hard to tell. And guess who's involved? If it was tipped, it was by David Woodward. Talk about an incredible player. Folks, I have no idea.
I don't think, because the ball, the spin never changed. It never changed its course. That was not a good call, though. Pass interference call at all.
Not only has Mike Bobo got to be cold, he's really angry right now. And when he sees that on tape, he's going to be even hotter.
After reviewing the play, it was determined that the ball was not tipped. Therefore, the offensive pass interference is enforced. It's 3rd down.
Here's my thing. I don't care whether it's college football or the NFL or high school. If there is an infraction, you absolutely have to throw a flag. If you're not sure, especially in the secondary, defensive, pass interference, offensive pass interference, I always lean on let them play. Folks don't come to see a flag fest.
Listen, be honest. What are you looking at there? What part of that said offensive pass interference?
3rd down and 20 now for Colorado State. Pressure coming. Hill vacates, sacked. Back at the 49-yard line. Now you have to punt it. It's Tipa Nalei making a huge play. First sack of the game as Nalei gets there.
And you're just in a tough situation here. This is right where they want you, 3rd and long. Nalei just kind of beats the end with hands and speed and his length once he lays out.
Devin Tompkins calls for a fair catch, and he drops a football. Colorado State is on it. Josh Watson makes the recovery. Wow. Devin Tompkins, the true freshman, just flat dropped it.
That's why in some of these situations he calls for the fair catch, but just muffs it. Some of those situations you'll see a head coach be willing to take the loss and just have the guy get out of there, especially with the conditions what they are.
Looking up, snowflakes.
Looking up, snowflakes. It's breezy.
First time,
just get out of there.
First time since the Wyoming game they've been in a fist fight. Fresh set of downs, plus 20. 2:25 left. 6-point game. Marvin Kinsey. Full complement of timeouts for both schools. The math is pretty simple. Colorado State needs a touchdown and an extra point to take the lead. In a perfect world, Mike Bobo would like to see that with almost no time left for Jordan Love. Colin Hill's got a man, back of the end zone, flag down, touchdown to Williams if it stands. If it stands, it is touchdown Colorado State. Flag in the secondary at about the 4-yard line.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 7, defense. Ruling on the field is a completed touchdown. That penalty is declined.
Now the question, did he get a foot down?
It's called a touchdown.
What a throw by Hill, because that was tight coverage.
They're dropping 8, man. There's 8 guys back there in coverage. Only one place it could be. Oh, absolutely. The right foot is down.
Well, did he secure the football?
That's the question. There's the hold there. Right foot is down.
We're going to have to see the other side because you can't see if he secured the ball. I think that'll count because on the second one, he secured it and the left foot was still dragging.
That's the only place that ball could have been thrown, Drew. The only place that ball could have been thrown.
If it stands, Williams' second touchdown of the day is 11th of the year.
And he has a knack back of that end zone.
Got it now.
Both feet.
Tell you what, the back judge, you talk about getting a good look at it. That's just outstanding officiating. And he was hands on knees looking at it.
Wow. What a throw, man. Just
everybody's looking on the Jumbotron.
I tell you, the throw is just remarkable. He bobbles it there, but grabs it with the left foot, and he has it, has it. That's a catch, man.
That's just practice for what that young man's going to be doing in a couple of years. Getting 2 feet down.
2 feet. Without question.
Coach Whitted is wide receiver coach, and we talked about how many great ones they've had at Colorado State, really over the years, but recently with Rashard Higgins, now with the Browns, Michael Gallup now with Dallas. Now again, if it stands, there's a minute 36 left for Jordan Love and Utah State, and as you said, all 3 timeouts. And you don't need 6. And you have a terrific kicker as well.
After reviewing the play, the receiver has his left foot down inbounds with possession of the ball. It is confirmed, touchdown.
So now, Wyatt Bryant.
It's important. It's important.
I'd say so.
It's important.
With a high-pressure PAT for the senior from Larkspur, Colorado. (24-23). Colorado State trying to beat a ranked opponent for the first time since 2002. And their sophomore quarterback and their junior wideout have had brilliant afternoons. Mountain West football on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Bojo's Colorado-style pizza. Dine in or take out a legendary mountain pie today. Visit bojos.com and by Blue Federal Credit Union. Learn about our Sky High savings account at bluefcu.com/skyhigh. Well, I think the thermometer's frozen. 27, 28 degrees. It's been snowing most of the afternoon. Colorado State has just taken a 1-point lead against number 14, Utah State. Fair catch at the 29-yard line by Terrell as they wanted to keep it away from Savon Scarver. So again, Utah State, it's not like they have to come out and throw the football all over the place. With 3 timeouts, they've been effective on the ground. And they have an outstanding kicker in Dominic Eberle, who earlier this year against New Mexico State made 3 field goals from 51 yards in the same game. Gerald Bright's in there at tailback. Pressure coming on Love, and he dumps it outside. A minimal gain, but he got out of bounds. 2 yards. Dejan Owens forced him out.
And I know his demeanor is one of his attributes, but have a sense of urgency and get the ball out to that spot earlier than you did. Maybe you pick up a few more yards and he gets out of bounds.
It's been an un-Jordan Love-like game. Last week he threw for almost 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. Just 12 of 20 for 104 today. Bright tackled from behind at the 35-yard line. It'll set up 3rd down. The tackle by Caleb Smith.
Can't say enough about these seniors guys on the defensive side.
Pressure coming down the lane. Intercepted. No.
It's caught. It's caught.
It was caught. And a flag. Roncavian Tarver into Colorado State territory. But a flag down at the 43-yard line. I think it's going to be against Colorado State.
Yeah.
Prior to the pass, holding, number 2, defense. That penalty is declined. Result of the pass is completion, 1st down.
If you're Jamal Hicks, you've got to just knock that ball down.
It looked like he picked it off. It said it's a 28-yard gain, 37-yard line, still 1:05 to go. Love steps in high, trying to get it to Raymond, 2nd and 10.
Remember, it's okay to run the ball too, right? I mean, you kind of gassed them.
Now, absolutely, because you're already in plus territory.
Right,
you just need a field goal.
Jordan has not been on point, on par for what we've seen him do.
I'll tell you right, if you throw it out to Raymond right now, you're guaranteed to get about 5 yards. There's nobody in the slot. There's nobody on him. That is complete to Tarver, but a gain of just 2. Ajayi, who left the game earlier, broke on the football and was trying to rip it away.
And that's a dangerous play, dangerous throw.
Timeout, 50 seconds left for Utah State.
Far hash, Ajayi never moved at all. Like he was squatting on that route, is what they call. He just sat there. And as soon as the quarterback went to throw it, he drove on it. That's a Utah State's fortunate there.
Well, it's 3rd down and 6, and if they have to kick it from here, what did I tell you earlier about 51-yard field goals? It would be a 51-yard field goal if they kick it from here. So Jordan Love after the timeout.
I just feel like you could run the ball.
Dominic Eberle, the junior kicker, or rather interested observer right now. Not a big crowd because of the weather, but boy, are they loud.
They are.
5 coming. Love.
Blown coverage.
Shot, blown coverage. Touchdown, Utah State. Walking in is Aaron Vaughn.
Blown coverage.
Absolutely nobody there. 43 seconds left. Utah State back in front. And they will go for 2 to try to make the separation 7. That is the longest play of the game for Utah State, a team that normally manufactures 6-7 gash plays a week.
So much, in fact, that they keep a stat on it, Drew. Well below their stat.
RPO, and Raymond had his feet in. That will count. 2-point conversion. Dax Raymond. And it's a 31-24 lead for the Aggies. Do we have a flag down? We do. Of course we do.
Ineligible player downfield. Number 11, offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
Vaughn's the senior. With that ball in the air, he had to be saying, just don't drop the ball. I mean, you know when there's a busted coverage. So the try will come from the 8-yard line now. And incomplete for Jalen Green. So it's a 5-point separation, 43 seconds left, 3 timeouts for Colorado State.
Well,
Let's see what happened in the
with it being
secondary.
3rd and 6, Drew, you know, guys are going to be eager to get upfield and try to make a play, but you can't bite something that short. You can't bite something that short. You see right here, they come out in trips formation. They allow the number 3 receiver inside to run to the corner. And it is just too easy. I mean, that's stealing right there. Look at 3 guys underneath, and you allow them just to run free.
And again, without knowing the call, you can't, you know, Dejon Owens came up, and, you know, is it covered 3? You have no idea what it is.
Well, there's some guys playing man, there's some guys playing 3. I mean, that's where it's communication, especially in that situation. But with it being 3rd and 6, what is everybody on the back end thinking? I can't let him get this first down. I got to make this tackle before he gets his first down, make him kick a long kick. And you end up giving up a bust play for a touchdown, which Coach Jancic, they've been able to stave that off all day. That was one of the goals for the team. Well, no bust plays for touchdowns.
This has been, I would think, the best defensive performance without question this year by Colorado State. They've had a poor year defensively again. Utah State kicks it well into the end zone. So Colorado State, they have to traverse 75 yards in 43 seconds with 3 timeouts.
Listen, when you have these ginormous athletic receivers, not impossible. When you got guys that can go up and make a play on the ball, not impossible, Drew. 3 timeouts.
And for a young quarterback, Colin Hill has to realize you don't have to get 50 yards on the first play.
Absolutely not.
Utah State brings 3. And Hill will just throw it away. Cameron Butler was in the neighborhood. It'll be 2nd and 10. More importantly, it took 6 seconds.
That was good coverage. They tried to run a smash route with Preston Williams from the slot.
Well, for Utah State, there's got to be 2 hats around Preston Williams wherever he goes.
100%. And I still don't know if that's enough. But you've got to protect your young corner out there, Cameron Haney, who's matched up against him right now.
Hill's got to move again, and he'll run. And they're going to call that. They are going to call that. They're going to tack 15 yards on Gage Ferguson's little shove. It was not called by the near official, but the trailing official was the white hat, and it was called by our referee.
Why would make...
After the play is over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, number 23, defense. 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Well, the number 1 responsibility of Michael Vanderveld is always to protect the quarterback. This one's iffy.
It's not a shot, but there's no reason to put your hand on him. It's a wet day right there. There's no reason to even do that. No reason. He's given himself up clearly. No reason to do that.
Midfield with 30 seconds left. Hill to the 39-yard line, maybe the 38 for Jackson. And they'll call timeout, 23 seconds left.
I like this Warren Jackson.
Yeah, there's a lot to like with Warren Jackson, a kid who was in the end zone twice in Tuscaloosa last year against number 1 Alabama. This ensures pretty much that Colorado State will get a couple of shots at the end zone. And again, it doesn't have to happen here.
They put themselves in really good position. And then, you know, the penalty, not keeping your head, not being smart. I mean, it wasn't one of those crazy disaster shots where he knocked him 10 yards off the field, but he's out of bounds. Just knowing the situation, can't hurt yourself.
Yeah, the way football's officiated now in college and the NFL, and you understand, you're protecting players, particularly the quarterback. You just got to be very careful. 23 seconds left. Twin receivers both ways. Hill 24 out of 37, 296 in the air. He's going to step up. He can run for a while. And he dives ahead. That's not a fumble. 29-yard line. Or the 30. We'll see where they mark it. And a timeout with 15 seconds left. Now, Colorado State will still have 1 timeout. Now you can get a couple of shots toward the end zone. Well, you know what? Can I say something before we talk more strategy? You came into this game, Colorado State's a 4-touchdown underdog against one of the top teams in college football this year. You don't know what you're going to get. 3 straight losses for Colorado State. Utah State on an unbelievable roll. 800-plus yards offense last week. What a game.
Outstanding game. Great defense, great playmaking ability on both sides on the offense. The seniors came out and played early. Started it off for Colorado State. They were out here to prove that they're better than what they've shown all season long, and it's looked good for them.
And I'll say something. For a guy that's had a tough year physically, you know, in the hospital for Mike Bobo, one thing you understand, those kids respect and like their head coach because it's been a tough year, but they've played their tails off today.
They really have done an outstanding job.
Here we go. It's called 2nd and 1. Hill, pressure, and he's going to get dumped with 10 seconds to go. 9, timeout.
You got to just throw that one. You got to step up if you don't like it and just throw that one out of the back of the end zone. Can't take a sack.
And now, because again, you're out at the 33-yard line, this may be the final play of the game. You know, if you're at the 15, you can probably run 2 plays here, but it's going to take you some time to get guys to the end zone.
What I was going to say before, if you could come back and pull this off against this defense, against this team that's been solid all year, untouchable. If you're Colin Hill, you cement yourself. Right now, the legacy starts to grow, and that confidence in him, within himself, starts to grow as well.
Well, the stats For what they're worth, Colorado State 506 yards of offense. Utah State held to 310. Colorado State's run 82 plays to 52 for Utah State. But the bottom line is Utah State 2 defensive touchdowns today. You know, as good as Colin Hill has been, there were 2 deflected passes that ended up Utah State touchdowns, and that's the difference in this game right now. So here we go, 8 seconds left. Colorado State has to get a touchdown. Hill, this will be the final snap toward Williams.
Got it!
He caught it! He caught it! Touchdown, Colorado State!
Wow.
They win it! Unbelievable! There are no flags! Unbelievable! Do you believe that? We're going to throw it to the best player on the field and let him make a play. 3rd touchdown for Preston Williams, and Colorado State has shocked number 14 Utah State on the last snap of the game. Matt Wells hasn't moved.
And that's a tough one to swallow. Wow.
There is a flag down now. I think that's a celebration flag. Now you have to line up to kick the extra point. You're not going to kick it if you're Colorado State.
Illegal touching, number 11, offense. Number 11 stepped out of bounds on his own and was first to come back in bounds to catch the pass. That is a loss of down. By rule, the game is over.
Wow. Utah State has won. We didn't even see a flag.
Usually they'll throw a hat or something down around the sideline by CSU's sideline.
Well, let's watch. Preston Williams. There's a foot out of bounds.
Come on, man. I know by the letter of the rule, that's the call because he did step out of bounds. But he wasn't trying to avoid so much that he ran 6 yards out of bounds, Drew. You know what I mean? Like he was.
Well, I mean, if you're out of bounds, you're out of bounds.
Right.
I was assuming that this was just a celebration penalty because the whole team was in the end zone. So Utah State, you know, about survives.
Wow. I'm going to go ahead and they got lucky. That was a beast mode play by Colin Hill and Preston Williams. And the crazy thing is he didn't have to do it. Could have just hugged that corner and stayed upfield.
You know what?
Throw and catch, man.
Again, he was on the boundary. Probably had, again, he had no idea that he was even that close. He's about turn of events.
Wow.
Colorado State elated, euphoric, thinking they won on the last play of the game, and Utah State has now won their 10th consecutive game, and they will go to Boise next week 10-1, 7-0 in conference play for the showdown against the Broncos on the blue turf. I'm still, I'm still almost speechless. Colin Hill can't believe it. A lot of folks are hoping that they run that play again on the Jumbotron.
I mean, what a throw and catch, man. I know it didn't count, but to come up with that play and make it look almost easy. You know what I mean?
It was a clean catch.
Yes.
It wasn't deflected. I mean,
right.
He just adjusted to the football, and it was a great throw by Colin Hill.
Throw.
What a great game. What a wild game. And a strange game, because Utah State, with one of the best offenses in college football, held to one touchdown. And the reason they won, 2 deflected passes that didn't just go for picks, they went to the house. 195 yards to Aaron Wade, and one of a shorter distance to Jontrell Rockamore of 32 yards. So Matt Wells and Utah State win it 29-24 on a snowy late autumn day. And if you were here or you watched it at home, you won't soon forget this one. The catch of the game brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. In the secondary, uncovered on a blown coverage, is the senior Aaron Vaughns. And Jordan Love, his only touchdown pass of the day, a week after throwing for 5. And Mike Bobo, I've never seen this. He hasn't even gone inside yet. Of course, the seniors and a lot of his kids are at midfield, and he's just sitting, probably exhausted and drained on the Colorado State bench. Colorado State falls for the 4th straight time, 3-8. In 5 days, short rest and short week to get ready for the triple option of Air Force. But more importantly, they made a program statement today in Fort Collins for CSU.
I believe they did. I mean, there was poise, there was toughness, there was grit. And the one thing Coach Bobo kept talking about, are you going to fight? There was fight today. There was a ton of fight in the Rams. Tremendous effort for them.
So the final score, once again, Utah State, number 14 in the nation, has defeated Colorado State 29-24 on Senior Day in Fort Collins. For Seth Bonner, Brad Thompson, and our entire AT&T Sportsnet crew, Drew Goodman saying so long from Campus Stadium in Fort Collins. A reminder to tune in next Saturday as we will be in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Wyoming Cowboys taking on the Lobos. Our coverage begins at 12:30 in the Mountain Time Zone. Thank you for watching Mountain West Football on AT&T Sportsnet. Have a terrific rest of the weekend, everybody.